Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. You know who it is. It's your man Boss Gang VIP back with one of my favorite things to do. That's give updates on the $1 million public portfolio. If you're not already convinced we're doing things the right way, hopefully after today, you'll be even more convinced, more convicted, more excited about what we're putting together, the direction that we're going, and the potential that you have for the future. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can get these updates as soon as they drop. Let's get into it. This portfolio is a public portfolio. It is 100% transparent. We are investing $100 per month. The objective of the portfolio was to teach people how to invest the right way, to keep things very, very simple, to not use language that people don't understand, and overall, to show people that if you're consistent over time, you will get the results. Currently, you can see the Roth portfolio as of Friday's close. I'm recording this video April 27th, 2025. This is a Sunday, so the market has been closed for 2 days. It is going to open up tomorrow. So I just want to give you guys the exact dates and time so you guys can kind of see where we are. It's been doing well since we've started the portfolio. I'm going to show you why, whether the stocks go up a day, down a day, down a year, up a year, it doesn't actually matter. In the portfolio, the makeup, I wanted to make sure we had lots of high quality dividend incomes, high sustainable yields, as well as exposure to what I believe are a couple of the best growth stocks in the market. Let's give the latest updates. As you can see, let's see. We made purchases April 24th. This was the purchase date. I've been making purchases consistently on the last Wednesday, or excuse me, the fourth Wednesday or Thursday of every month. Regardless if the market is up or down, I'm not making that decision. I'm trying to be consistent. So all these purchases were made on April 24th. JEPI, AMLP, NU, and JPQ. As you can see, we did the contribution. Robinhood continues to give the 1% match for the IRA contributions. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. We received dividends, April, all the dividends. They've been doing well. Let's see. And, just more purchases that we've made. I haven't made any different purchases as far as the stocks go. So it's just NU, JPQ, AMLP, JPI. Actually added Palantir in March as well. If I do make any changes to the construction of the portfolio, I will definitely make sure to let you know. Robinhood, they do have share borrowing, so we're continuing to get a few coins out of that. But let me give you the update, and then I'll give you some news about a couple stocks that we own. So obviously, we're getting into the dividend stocks. They're going to produce, a certain amount of income for us. But before we do that, I actually want to get into a couple of the stocks, um, a couple of the growth stocks that we have, Palantir and NU. NU has received some amazing news that we've been waiting on. This is from April 24th, 5:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Amazing news. In New Mexico receives banking license approval, paving the way for product portfolio expansion and increased financial inclusion. Without the banking license, you are only allowed to accept so many dollars of um, deposits, or I should say, you're only going to be able to insure a certain amount. I believe without the license, it's around 18,000, and I believe with the license, it can go up to like 180,000. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I believe it is. So if anybody knows the actual numbers or have some updated information, make sure to put those in the comments below. So we definitely want to be accurate with that, but I believe that's what it is. NU will continue operating as SOFIPO during its transformation process, providing the same seamless user experience ahead of beginning operations as a bank. The license marks a key step up for NU to increase competition in the highly concentrated Mexican banking market. Mexico City Business Wire. In New Mexico, a subsidiary of Nubank announced today the approval of its banking license by the National Banking and Securities Commission, CNBV. With this milestone, NU has become the first popular financial society, SOFIPO, to obtain approval to transform into a bank, opening the path to increase competition in the Mexican financial sector. This milestone brings the company closer to expanding its product portfolio, including the introduction of a payroll account, a key opportunity to increase financial inclusion in Mexico, where only 36% of adults have this financial instrument. National Financial Inclusion Survey 2024, with 90% concentrated in just four banks. Mexico is a key pillar of our global strategy. We've already made significant progress in terms of growth, reaching over 10 million customers in the country. We have invested over 1.4 billion in the market, not only to scale our presence, but also towards driving innovation and elevating the standards in the local financial sector. Our mission to challenge the status quo for the benefit of our customers has led to pioneer the transition from SOFIPO to bank, a landmark achievement that we trust will stimulate further innovation and competition in Mexico, stated David Velez, CEO and founder of Nubank. In order to complete its transformation into a bank, New Mexico will undergo a rigorous regulatory audit ahead of obtaining authorization to begin operations. During this period, New Mexico's customers will continue to enjoy the same seamless user experience. And I'll show you exactly how I got to this article if you want to check that out. The other company, Palantir, an article from Motley Fool says if you buy Palantir stock with $20,000 in 2025, will you be a millionaire in 10 years? Interesting headline. Palantir shares have increased 1,580% since early 2023, making it the best performing stock in the S&P by 900 percentage points. Palantir is a recognized leader in AI platforms, and CTO Shamai Sankar says the company is uniquely positioned to monetize the technology. Palantir stock currently trades at a very expensive valuation, but analyst Dan Ives at Wedbush Securities believes the company can achieve 1 trillion in market value, and I absolutely believe that as well. So we're not going to get into the entire article, but if you want to, I'll show you how we can do that. But let's get into the portfolio. The holdings, you see what they are. You can see the current price, the shares, the value, dividend yields, dividend growth, annual income, percentage of the portfolio. I've showed you guys this in the previous videos. Overall portfolio is absolutely amazing. Dividend yield for the full portfolio, we're sitting over 9%. As stock prices go down, yields go up, right? So we're sitting 9.12, beta 1.36. That's actually super low, especially when you consider some of the stocks like Palantir that have super high volatility overall. Latest events, you can always click on the latest events and you can see this is where they came from. This is all on the dividend watch. Articles on JPQ and the like. You can definitely check those out if you want to. But I'm going to do something really cool today. But before I do that, let's see. Dividends, annual income right now, we're sitting at about $82, $687 per month, 22% per day. So just in your mind, you know, regardless of what happens on a day-to-day basis, you are getting paid every single day, right? Even when you sleep, you're getting paid. If you don't get paid in your sleep, you're going to have to work all your life, right? Payouts confirmed. Payouts starting to grow. 519. Obviously, JPQ monthly. AMLP quarterly payout 609, 367, 175 estimated. You can kind of see what it looks like across the board. We're on the right path. So the question is, if we continue to do this, what would it actually amount to? I guess that's the most important question, right? So a lot of times people were looking for immediate satisfaction and they don't understand how the small things add up over time. The average person does not have $1,000 for an emergency. And as you can clearly see, by doing $100 a month, we've been able to surpass that. It seems like overnight, right? It's not overnight in the actual time, but if you plan on being here for a while, what's the rush, right? What this is about is consistency and putting yourself in a position to win, right? So we could see what the dividend breakdown is from the ETFs, and then we got some financial exposure within you, and then tech, individual tech with Palantir. Let's see. Let's go back to the summary, and then let's see. Matter of fact, I actually want to do something for you guys. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, matter of fact, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. What you can do on Dividend Watch, I'm going to show you. We're actually going to go, and then we're going to go to a calculator, right? So let Let me take Palantir. I don't need Palantir. I don't need NU. But we got these stocks in a calculator, and we're going to do, let's just do this so we can kind of see how this goes and how these numbers change over time. We're going to do investment length 5 years, right? We're not going to price in any growth, and we're just going to do $100 per month. We have the number of shares. I'm not going to price in any growth, and we just have the dividend yield growth. But we're not even add anything in right here, right? So this is what we're looking at, right? So if we calculate this over the 5 years, let's go ahead and calculate it. Let's see what we get. And this is the fun part. This is the fun part. So as you can see, the annual income kind of matches up right there. We're around about $88 a month. Next year at this time, our annual income should be around $247, 2027, $418. By 2030, you're around $1,200 of annual income. So about $100 a month. At that point, you'll be having more in income than you'll actually be contributing to the portfolio itself. I'm going to say that again. You'll be receiving more in income per month than you're actually contributing, right? So you'll be receiving 100 and contributing 100. Now, let's think about this. If someone's very, very young and they're starting out, and the reason I say young, because we're only doing $100 a month. A lot of time, people older, we have the ability, we can do a lot more than $100 a month, right? And if we're disciplined, we can figure it out. We can definitely do a lot more. And I know a lot of people are doing a lot more. I get a lot of feedback. But let's just say you're young, you're 18 years old. Well, you're doing $100 a month, and then in a few years, you're getting $100 a month in income, right? So you could work at any basic job, right? You wouldn't have to be a millionaire. You could, live a modest lifestyle below your means and be fine. So the question is, what would happen after 10 years, right? So let's do that. Let's do that. Again, we're only talking about $100 per month, right? $100. Think about what you spend $100 a month on right now, right? Let's just think about that. We keep this going. We get down to 2035 portfolio value 32,858. Again, we're not talking about the growth stocks. This is just simply dividends. 10 years, you're gonna have $4,886 per year in income, right? So we're $400 a month. So if you start at 18, by the time you're 28, right? This is not even if we all get different sums of money at different times. You might get a bonus for your job. You might get a graduation gift, right? You might have some things you can sell that you don't need, and you can contribute to your portfolio, accelerate the growth, right? Those are some of the things you can do to actually further these numbers along. But again, we're talking about contributions of $100 per month. Let's do this. Let's just keep this going. Keep this going. This is where it gets fun. This is where it gets fun. Let's double that. Let's do 20. Let's do 20. All right. So let's see. It's saying targeted income year 45. You're looking at around $79,000 of income. That's a full-time job. Took about 20 years. So if you're 18, this is about 30 years in with $100 per month. I think that's pretty cool, right? You can see how the calculations line up. You can do this. You don't have to be in the same exact stocks that I'm in. I just want to teach you how to do this the right way, to show you how to calculate things. Nothing to measure, nothing to manage, right? Something like that. We can go through the numbers. What this should encourage you to do is become a really good financial decision maker. Live below your means. Live below your means. There's no need to try to impress people, or people are probably not your friends anyway. A lot of people don't think about the future, but there's some magic behind consistency. There's some magic, but behind the compounding, but in life in general, there's magic behind the consistency. Consistency makes things that seem difficult and overwhelming very, very easy. You can do anything and accomplish anything as long as you put in the work consistently. Follow the same process consistently. If you need to automate it. That's typically the best solution so you don't have to think about it. But as you go about your day to day life, think about the decisions you're making now and how they could affect you in the future. We know a lot of people will make bad decisions, and most people are in debt. They'll blame the government, how they were raised, different circumstances. Though they may be valid, those don't actually change your real life circumstances. The only way we're going to change our real life circumstances is to take control of the things we have the ability to take control of. So if we have the ability to get up every single day, to work hard, to learn, to improve our skills, to make sure that we're healthy so we can be here for the long run, so our minds are right. If we're making the right decisions on a consistent basis, we'll absolutely be able to conquer any goals that we have in life. What we see is just documented or ledgered proof or theory. We have proof from past experiences, but we have evidence, and we can go by history and say that if we continue to do this process, things will work out in our favor. That doesn't mean that your stock is going to go up every single day. That doesn't mean that your portfolio is going to go up every single day. We're not worried about that. We're worried about being consistent. In life, every day is not going to be good, right? Sometimes you'll have down periods, but that's okay as long as you continue to put one foot in front of the other and go in the right direction. So I just want to make sure everybody is encouraged, understands how to do this. We're doing this the right way. If you have any questions at all, definitely make sure to put those down in the comment section below. I'm going to keep this as simple and as simple as possible, and hopefully you're really, really encouraged. Let everybody you know about this. If you love the people around you or the people that you love, make sure they know about it. You can't always guarantee that they're going to listen to you. but it's not your job to make people listen, right? It's your job to let them know the options. I believe I'm the best at what I do, and I'm here to prove that. And I just want to use my skills to help as many people as possible. With that being said, we're on our way to $1 million. It's your man, Boss Game VIP. I'm out. Peace.